Hey guys, welcome back. It's Michael from FireAndBrilliance, and today we'll be talking about a really cool subject. A lot of people, when they are trying to buy an engagement ring, anniversary ring, or whatever kind of ring, in today's world, guess what? You could get to customize it. There's so many ways to do it, so I'm going to show you 8 steps on how to customize your own engagement or any type of ring, okay? So here we go. The first step is to first pick the stone type, all right? The stone type, what does that mean? Stone type could either mean mined or natural, lab created, clear, or a colored gem. So in other words, you could pick a diamond, a moissanite, a ruby, a sapphire, a natural diamond, or mined diamond, and a lab created diamond, or a lab created moissanite, or colored gemstones, right? So that's the first step, is to pick your stone type. The second step, or step number 2, is to pick the shape and the size. What does that mean? Stone types come in so many different shapes, in round, emeralds, radiants, pears, ovals, cushions, what have you. And at the same time, the size. It's based on millimeters if you want to measure the circumference, the diameter, the height, the depth, and those type of things, as well as in carat sizes, right? So everyone knows there's a 1 carat, 2 carat, 3 carat, 4 carats, all right? So that's step number 2. Step number 3 would be to pick the metal type, color, and purity, right? So in precious jewelry, we have white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, and guess what? You get to play around with it too, a two-tone. So sometimes you can make the head in platinum, the shank in white gold, or vice versa. It's up to you, all right? And we have different purities as well. So in other words, when you do gold, it could come in 14K, 18K, 22K. And platinum, it's 90% platinum. It's not called 900 platinum. 95% platinum is called 950 platinum, all right? So that's metal type and purity. Now, step number 4 is the head type. What is the head type? The head type is anything above the shank or the band. So typically the head that holds the center stone is the head type, and there's so many varieties, okay? There's a standard prong set, which can be a 4-prong, such as this picture here. It can be 6 prongs, 8 prongs. And then you can also play around with it, right? You can play around. You can put a diamond halo around the center stone, which is very popular these days. And then on top of that, keep in mind, these halos will have accent gems. And the accent gems don't have to just be diamonds. It can be other types of gemstones as well, rubies, sapphires, aquamarine, morganite, anything, moissanite. And then there's also other designs for the head that you can play around with. It's called a basket and a prong. So step number 5, shank type. Shank type, all that means is it standard, the regular round shape? Is it a cathedral where the shoulders are kind of raised and then there's a bridge in between? Or a Euro shank where it looks kind of like a backwards U and it's kind of squarish at the bottom, and that's really to help it not spin. And it's also an aesthetic thing. So a lot of people will like the way it looks and feel as well. And some shanks will have diamonds, such as this one, and other shanks won't. So it's really up to you as to what kind of a shank type you're interested in, all right? The step number 6 is the setting type. So what is a setting type? There's so many ways to set a gemstone, regardless if it's the center stone or the accent stones, right? So if you really want to set it with prongs or beads on the accent stones, then this might be the setting for you. If you want to align the stones with a wall of metal to secure it, it's called a channel set. All right. We also have micro pave setting, which is extremely popular these days, because what it does is that it makes the stones or the diamonds or accent gems look as if it's floating. The metal is very reduced and it's very minimal, so that it can secure the stone, but at the same time it makes the diamonds look as if it's floating with very little metal. Okay, and then the most secured way of securing a stone is called the bezel set, all right, which is B-E-Z-E-L, right there. And basically what you will do is you are surrounding the entire gemstone with metal, all right? Step number 7 is the Shank Fit. All right, there's you might have heard of comfort fit, flat edge, those type of things. So the way a band or a shank is designed is based on the profile. Okay, it starts off with the profile. This is the most common profile here, which is rounded on top, kind of flat on the inside of the shank. And then you have the comfort fit where it's kind of rounded all the way around. All right. And then you also have the flat edge where it's very squarish. It doesn't mean that it's not comfortable. The comfort fit is just called comfort because it's rounded all the way around. It's still very comfortable. It's just a different look and feel. It's definitely sharper around the edges. Okay? All right, and then step number 8 is the aesthetics. This is the best part of designing your own ring because you really get to put your own flair to it. Everything else is pretty much standardized, but when you want to really play around with your own design, look and feel, you get to play around with aesthetics. And there are different keywords that you want to use when working with a custom jeweler. All right, filigree, which means it's the little small details within the design of a ring. You can put it on a basket, you can put it on the shank. All right, there are scrolls, which is very similar to that of a filigree. All right, it's just a little more extravagant, a little wider, if you will. Okay. The scrolls, sometimes these words are used interchangeably when designing jewelry, all right? And then do you want to put diamonds on it? Do you want to put diamonds and really decorate the entire setting with it? Or do you want to keep it plain and keep it as a simple solitaire, right? And then the last part is the milligrain. Now, sometimes when you look at antique jewelry or any type of jewelry, you might see these little dots that goes along the shank or even along the prongs or along the halo. These little dots is called milligrain. It gives it the very antique-ish type of vintage look. So there you go. The last step that I do want to tell you that's not on this board is when you do custom your own ring, you always want to make sure you're working with a professional, okay? You want to know that you're working with someone that knows what they're doing. Otherwise, they may not be able to capture what you are trying to make. So if you like what you see, go ahead and leave a comment. If there's anything else that you want to see when it comes to making a video about jewelry, gemstones, or anything at all, leave a comment, hit the like button, let us know, and we'll see you next time.